I've just got to Warwick University. Got Eric here and Roseanne in the back. What are we doing today, Eric?
We've got a good agenda. It's the 75th anniversary of horticultural research on the farm.
Yeah.
We're going to start the day talking beans and sort of business planning, but the rest of the day will be tours. Public are coming for some tours this afternoon. We've got VIPs, people that used to work here, retired, coming in the morning, so you get to meet some of them.
Brilliant.
And they're doing a tour. But we're going to talk beans, and I'll show you the tunnel where the tomatoes are growing.
Great, thank you. Well, that's my seatbelt alarm going, but we're just in the college grounds at the minute, university grounds. Also in this update, I just wanted to mention as well, please look at the AHDB link on Assurance and Red Tractor. Let me just try and stop that beeping. On Red Tractor, there is this assurance survey that's been going on for a while. This is now the chance for you as a farmer to have your input into it. And there are meetings going on around the country at county shows. So if you get a chance to go to one of those, please do. But most importantly, fill in the AHDB link to the survey, or fill in the survey. I'll put the link below in this video description so you can access that. But please do it. It's no good having anybody moan about Red Tractor if you don't take part in and try and shape the future of it. So please, it's important to fill that in. Also, this update, we're looking at cover crops. We've got those are growing really well at home, and also we've started to get the Elita out ready for putting in our SFI plot, or the winter bird food plots that we're doing. You'll see that in Sunday's update, and one or two other snippets around the farm. Also, just to finish off, I've had one or two people comment on the intros that the last few weeks I've been going to little snippets of intros rather than me talking like I am doing now, and 2 or 3 people have said they prefer me to speak the intros and say anything that's happened in the news this last week. So please just comment in the description below if you'd rather the intro like I'm doing now, or whether you prefer little short clips of what's coming up in this next update. Anyway, that's great. That's all for this intro. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what happens in the rest of the day, and we'll see at the end. It's Monday morning, the 8th of July, and I brought the Manitou up here with a bucket because we have got the Blackgrass pullers are back, and doing this one field again that we had quite a lot in on the light land. Looking across the top of the crop, it looks like they have got them all. Can't see any poking up, which is good. So the cost of doing this field the first time was around about £90 a hectare, which sounds a lot, but when you look at the level of control we get from this non-chemical approach, it's by far the cheapest, because as I've explained in other videos, if you rely on chemistry and chemicals from a can to do it, you're probably £250 a hectare you can spend, but you wouldn't do anywhere near the level of job we're doing here. Might do 30-40%, maybe 60% at the most, but this way it really does get to grips with it. And those of you who have only just seen these videos maybe for the first time, if you look back at update 266, that will explain our whole blackgrass control policy, and you might find it interesting when you compare it to other farms. And particularly there's this Zern machine that's starting to make an appearance, but I can't see that really doing much good, because you need 98% control of blackgrass to stand still, and with that Zern machine cutting the top of the ears off, your tractor runs in the crop, which runs some down, which doesn't go through the machine, and then you also end up with ears below ears of blackgrass below the wheat, which we'll show you. I've nearly got to the team now, so I'll have a word with them and see. So the problem we have here is that there's the blackgrass, you can see sticking out well above the crop. Some of them there's some more germinated here. You can see these are late ones because they're green. So just talking about that Zern machine, the problem I have with that is, yes, you've got some blackgrass like that sat well above the crop, but then here we also have some here, if you can just see that one, that is sat under the crop. So you come along with that cutter and it will cut maybe half that off there. It will take all that ear. It will maybe leave a little bit of that. It will certainly leave all that one because that's below the canopy. And for when you need 98% control, it's going to, your blackgrass population is not going to get any better. It's going to keep getting worse. And we've got more blackgrass here, here, and there'll be some lower ones as well. That is below the wheat, so, and that one, so they'll get missed with that machine. So I've just pulled this ear. Yes, I've got a few wheat plants with it as well, but that's insignificant for the amount of blackgrass we're getting. But just look at that ear there where my thumb is. It is below the ear of wheat. So I have to reach down to the base of the plant to get them all. We've got a big bag each. Put it in. You tread a little bit down, but it doesn't matter as long as you don't tread the blackgrass down. This is why we come back over it twice. Anybody would like this team to come to them, you need to be looking for Barker Ross Staffing Solutions at the Lincoln branch. If anybody's interested, get in contact with me and I'll give you the details to give them a call, but they're doing a cracking job, as you can see. So it's very difficult to see these blackgrass plants when there is only the odd one sticking up. There's some here. And you can see you have to reach down to the bottom to get them all, because there are some very small ones, but because the soil is quite damp, it's easy to pull. Marish, you were saying the single stems are difficult to see, difficult to pull.
Yes, it's difficult to pull because single ones are not easy to find the roots where they are.
Yes, whereas if you have them a big clump, you can just see, you pull one and a whole clump comes up with it.
Yes, you pull one clump and you see how all blackgrass is gone.
Yeah, yeah. I have Atanis here.
Hi everybody, my name is Atanas, I'm from Bulgaria, working in Barker Ross for nearly 2 months.
And you were working where?
I've been working 4 years in DHL and 1 year in FedEx.
And FedEx, so
Yes.
you've been here delivering to the farm here?
Yes,
So
all Lincolnshire.
all Lincolnshire. So Bulgaria, and there's 3 here from Latvia
Yes.
as well. And so how are you enjoying this job compared to driving?
I think it's better for me because when I've been doing driving, you know, I don't have too many moves.
Yeah.
And actually, when I arrived in UK, I was 60 kilos. Now I'm near 90.
Oh, so
yes.
you're hoping to lose
You know,
weight doing this
fast
job?
food all the time.
Yeah.
Too much stress in that work.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying on this work, to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
walking all day, just pulling grass, and that's it. I'm enjoying
Yeah,
this work. I like the farm work actually, so
yeah.
I will stay here for long.
Brilliant, you're doing a great job, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
They're just emptying all the bags into one bag, and then we're going to empty it into the bucket there, and then I'll move the Manitou back up to the yard, up that end of the field. I've just pulled these little ones from the tram line. If you look how low they are there compared to the crop, you can't see them. So these, another one, look at all the seeds in there, colossal. So that is how much we've pulled at the minute. There we go. From just the outsides of there and the outside up there. So while Rhonda and I were in Wales last week, Ruben and Tom were busy getting the sheds ready for harvest, and this is one of the stores that we store our own wheat in. It holds around about 1,400 tonnes. It's got a drying floor there where air comes through the floor from the fans that are up the top there, and that's the air tunnel, and it comes under the floor. I'll explain that near a harvest to those of you who haven't seen it yet. And that's the red beam. There's a stirrer beam that we have big augers on where Nala is, so we've got augers there, and they go onto the onto that beam and drop down through the crop and actually stir the crop up and aerate it. So again, I'll show you that when we get grain in here. We've just got the 3 tractors in here that we've got, and the grain pusher, one of the grain pushers, that's the longer one, that's about 5.5 meters long, and we've actually got, it fits the Manitou, obviously that's what we've got, that's the Manitou brackets, but it also fits a JCB as well. And we used to hire a JCB just for our rape intake, so we store oilseed rape for a national merchant for ADM. And then in here, this is where we store the oilseed rape, and we've just got, this will hold probably 1,300 tonnes, maybe 1,400 tonnes of oilseed rape, and we've just got this end section needs just blowing out because some of these are blocked again, because running in this doorway here with the forklift, it grinds into it when you're pushing up and fills the grills up a little bit. So we have got those just to clean out with a pressure washer, which we're going to be doing early part of this week. Ruben just moving the Elita. We're getting this machine out ready to put the Stewardship bird food plots in. We're going to put it on the RX, it's just easily moving it with the Manatee. We're just looking for the seed because it's in one of the sheds somewhere. So here's the seed, and it's on top of an IBC with some fertiliser. We've got this sulphur and nitrogen left over, which we're going to put on with it, and then we'll put some other nitrogen with it. And you'll see this is a kale-free biannual mix. So it's got all these different species in it. We've got triticale, rye, linseed, King's Milo pen, I'm not sure what that is, white millet, quinoa, fennel, turnips, phacelia, and some chicory. All those different things going in it. So that will all provide food and habitat for the birds over the next winter. You can see there a lovely purple crop, and this is the area that we established 4 different species for the SFI, the Sustainable Farming Incentive. You can see we've got different ones here, another one up there, but this particular one, which is mainly Phacelia, there will be other things in it, but it's alive with bees. I'll just turn the camera around and not speak, and you'll just hear the activity in here. See what I mean? Just incredible, and it just shows the value of these types of crops. So they're now in the barley, and Nala's come to say hello to them. We've only done this one field of wheat again, which is just, you can't see, just the other side of the hedge there. So we've now started the barleys, and we've got 2 fields up on the light land. This field's 50 acres. Field and next door is 57 after sugar beet. They weren't planted until, I don't know whether it was middle of March, so that's why they're only just ready to do. There's a few wild oats there you can see sticking up. The odd bit of blackgrass, but not a lot, but we pull wild oats, blackgrass and brome. And I have come with some refreshments. There's some ice creams in here for them. So Marius was just saying we got brome here. We've got a type of brome there, and we have another one there, and they both need pulling. So, and this is the heat from this barley field. So now it is ice cream time.
Finally.
So you have got, what have we got?
Strawberry vanilla.
Strawberry vanilla cones. There we go. So is it soft? How is it? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. There's not one for me. Nala's back in the Polaris. They're going back down the field now to start after having that break. They're going to just spread out a bit more. So instead of 8 of them in a 32-metre tram line, there's going to be 4. They're going to do 2 tram lines at a time. So I think that's good, just to have a little break with them and spend a bit of time with them, have a bit of a laugh and a joke, and just talk about their own lives back home in Bulgaria and Latvia. So they're a good gang, good team. So in Sunday's update, last Sunday's update, you heard me talk about the cover crops that we've established on the land we're not growing a crop, and how the ones you saw in that update haven't grown very well. Well, this is the other way. These have grown fantastic, and they've all come, they're starting to come into flower, so they're doing a huge amount of good to the soil. Just looking in some of this land that we haven't got any crop in, and the cover crop of vetch, buckwheat and linseed has really started to take off now. We're going to put the mole in here in the next few days, and then solo it probably in a couple of weeks. But looks fantastic here. The roots really, yeah, having a bit of an effect there. Linseed roots really going down. Snap that off. But looking really well these are now. So obviously they're doing a lot of good, I think, to the soil. And well, when we get them soloed in. So we're starting the day off naturally with beans. It won't be beans on toast, it'll be beans with sauce and cheese in it, which would be fantastic. Cheesy beans. Look at that. And then these are just going in the microwave. So we are having our breakfast of beans, and the dark ones are the Olivia, and the Godiva is... Have we got the Godiva in here as well? Or
Godiva, yeah, that's the kidney bean,
yeah.
Brown.
And then we've got Capulet as well. Interesting, all these on the table here, Eric's brought them back from America. And there's a barbecue sauce here, when you look at that. And it's Bucky Badger, so there's an interesting little snapshot at the back. When you're thinking of tailgate parties and outdoor grilling, don't forget to pack your Bucky Badger barbecue sauce. So that's from America. Then there's these other beans we've got here as well that Eric's brought back. His little one there.
So beans and water, cooked without salt.
Yeah, so Eric's just got back from America yesterday, so his suitcase must have been a bit heavy bringing some of these back. So this is where we are outside the conference centre now at the Warwick University. So we're going to go in. People are starting to arrive now, so we'll have a good few hours here and hear all about what's going on at the university. We've got a Lotus Engineering Technology Centre there, and that's apparently the Lotus cars that do a lot of development work there.
More than me, so you can tell me later if I've got it wrong or if we've missed anything out. Just to point out to the real goal, and it was to support a national effort to increase food production after the Second World War. But the search for the site was extremely well documented, is extremely well documented in the first annual report, and they looked at a very large number of sites, and then they chose here, and at least two of the reasons were that it was central, and it was close to the Vale of Evesham, which at the time was an area of intensive vegetable production, sadly no more. So for just over half of the 75 years, it was the National Vegetable Research Station, and then there was a period of consolidation of horticultural research institutes and organisations through IHR and then HRI, Horticultural Research International, and then I guess the whole funding model changed in about 2004, and that led to the various sites and organisations within HRI going their separate ways. And so we became part of the University of Warwick, and first of all we were Warwick HRI as an independent department, and then we merged with the with the Department of Biological Sciences to become the School of Life Sciences, and those of us who work on crops and particularly vegetables, we call ourselves Warwick Crop Centre.
We're all just going to get into groups now to have the tours round. Just wanted to show you this. This is what it's all about, the association with Warwick.
So what we're doing
Envisaging a food system that serves public health using seed, soil and British sunshine. And they are the three varieties of beans. So these are the range of pollen tunnels they've got. That's the robotic one in there, which we'll have a look at in a minute. This is where Eric's grown his tomatoes. We've got the first group, well, there's two or three groups here, I think. But Eric, some of these tomatoes he brought over to us last year and we tried, and they are just absolutely fantastic. So sweet. A huge number of different varieties they're growing here. So it's in a sort of semi-controlled environment. This side here is very, very fine mesh, so it stops the wind, and they can roll the sides up as well.
So you see mostly tomatoes. What we have on the east side, these are, we've got some varieties that we've already identified grow well in here. They actually like the extra sunshine, the extra UV. We've got a row here closest to us, which are, each pot is a different variety. Some are going to be good, some aren't. Lots of shapes and colors. Here on this other side, these short plants, that's all Heinz. So the Heinz ketchup we get, these are some varieties that are grown out in the field. They use machines, these are actually grown in Spain. They use tractors to plant and to harvest. They actually use a combine and a great big a wagon that will fill up with tomatoes, go straight to the factory and turn into ketchup. So we're growing some to see how they taste in British sunshine. And we'll compare with the varieties that we know are already good. And the exciting thing is, you know, this is a test garden. We're identifying things that we'll be giving samples to the Eatwise test kitchen up at the university. And the plan is that they'll decide which varieties of tomato and chili they would like to add to the menu for the restaurants up on campus. And beans and tomato sauce is our first item on the agenda. Some magic seeds. Magic is short for Mesoamerican Gone International. And it's actually American Indians identify the Magic 8.
You can see here all the tomatoes, various different shapes and sizes and colour. So that's it for this midweek update. I've got a little bit more footage from the visit to Warwick today, but I'll not post it now because it will make this too long. I'll post it on Sunday's update. We've got some robotics that I saw operating and describing, and also we look at the Godiva and Olivia beans that they're growing here as well. So some good footage of that, which I'll show on Sunday. And lastly, the AHDB assurance survey that is out at the moment. Please do look at that and give your input into that. The link to that is in the description of this video below. Really important, as many of you as possible fill that in. Please send it round to your friends as well, because we want lots of people to fill the Assurance Red Tractor survey in. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you 8 AM Sunday morning.